Okay, I'm live right now on Neil. Hi, everybody. Well, people are just coming in, but I'm live right now on Neil. This is Break Room Conversations. Hi, there's people coming in. So great. This is Break Room Conversations. We are talking with Shayla. She is one of our textured team members. And the topic is below. Hi, Jason. Everyone's coming in. Thank you, everybody. Hi, Jade. We're starting Break Room Conversations. Today we're going to have a special guest, Shayla. I am filling in for Stephanie. I don't look like Stephanie. I'm filling in for Stephanie today. She has some personal things to handle, so I am today's host for Break Room Conversations. Hello, Jess. Hello, Jamaica. Hello, Evie. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining. I'm filling in for Stephanie today for Break Room Conversations. Darwin's here. I love you. I love your content. So today we're going to talk about how to create all textured welcome salons and services with Shayla from our textured team. She's also a part of Ellie K Salon. I think I'm saying that right. Everyone's just rolling in today. Hi, everybody. I am Neil's social media manager. I am the person behind social for both Neil and Serious Business. And today I'm filling in for Stephanie. So yeah, I'm a little stand-in. I appreciate your support. I'm waiting for our special guest to come in today, who is Shayla. She's a part of the textured team. She's also a hairstylist. Oh, Shayla just joined us. Okay, cool. So Shayla, do you know how to join, or I can add you? But request to join, I'll approve it, and we'll get started on this wonderful break room conversation. People are rolling in. I'm saying hi. I'm so excited today. Okay, so Shayla, just request. There should be like a plus video button at the bottom next to the comment, and you should be able to plus it and say you want to request to join it. Yes, I see you here. Oh no, we don't want to do that. Sorry, y'all. I'm just trying to bring in our special guest today, Shayla.
Hi,
Salon
can you hear
is
me?
here supporting Shayla. Um, let's see. Just waiting for her to accept. So today we're going to be talking about Shayla is unable to join. Okay, let's figure this out. So I'm talking. Thank you everyone for joining. Stick with us. I'm Toya from Neil. I'm the social media manager. I'm stepping in for Stephanie. Usually Stephanie's here. I do not look like Stephanie, but she's great. And today we're going to be doing our topics at the bottom, but we're going to be talking about how to create an all textured welcome salon and services. So I'm just bringing in our special guest, Shayla. She's from Ellie K Salon, which is in the live right now. I was going to say in the building, but we're not in the building. And we're having a little bit of technical difficulties, but today's conversation is going to be so good. We're going to talk about, it's loud where I'm at. We're going to talk about how to offer texture services, how to be welcoming to people of different textures, all of that good stuff. I am just waiting for Shayla to join us. So thank you so much for your patience. We got 10 people in the room. That is so amazing. Stay with us. This conversation is going to be so good. And yeah, let's see. I'm just waiting for Shayla to come in. I feel like, Shayla, are you still here? Are you having any technical difficulties? Hello, Haley. Hello, I love you. Li Hair. Josephine Salon's in the building, in the live. Thank you all for joining me. Today, we're going to be talking about how to create all textured welcome salons and services with Shayla. She is a wonderful stylist and team member of Aveda Textured. So we're going to just get her in here in a second, and it's going to be so Good. If you have any questions for Shayla or about offering textured services or what products to use, please feel free to hit the question box at the
Yeah,
bottom
it's
right.
not
You'll see like a
working.
question mark, and you can hit that
I'm not sure
and
what's going.
ask questions, and we'll get to those. Oh, yay! Finally,
I'm here. Okay,
you're here.
I'm nervous because
Okay.
I can't see myself. I can see that it says I requested to be in this live video.
Okay.
I don't want to hit cancel because I don't want it to end it.
You're
So
you're in here. You're looking good. You're in frame. The hair is looking great. So maybe you'll just load after a
okay.
while. But we have some people. Everyone's loving seeing you. Everyone, give Shayla some hearts.
Hi everyone. Thank you for
Hi.
joining me today.
Yes. Okay. So we're going to start with, I just been telling people what our topic is, which is that we're going to talk about creating all textured welcome salons and services. You're going to give us some product tips and tricks.
Yes.
I've introduced you, but I would love for you to introduce yourself for those who don't know how great you are.
Hi everyone. My name is Shayla Yon. I am a stylist at Ellie K Salon in Frisco, Texas. Ellie K is in the building. I am also a certified texture educator with Neil, a textured professional with Aveda, and I'm just so excited to be here with you guys today.
Yes, I'm so excited to have you. So I'm encouraging everyone, give us hearts, encourage us, let us know that you love us. But also, if you have any questions for her, you can either put it in the comments, or there's also like a question mark on the bottom right. Yeah, I think it's the right. You can like put questions in there, and we'll get to those at the end. So my first question for you, Shayla, as a member of the Aveda Textured team, what positive changes have you seen in the stylist mindset around texture? And also, like, how do you feel Aveda is evolving to be more inclusive to textured hair?
Yeah, so when I go into salons and I'm teaching, I think the most encouraging part is that one, we have so many stylists that are willing to invest in themselves, invest in their skill and their craft to actually sign up to take these educational courses. So that's the first thing. So if you haven't taken any of the texture classes, please do so. But for those of you that have, I just applaud you for investing in yourself, in your future, and in your craft. And then I think the biggest thing is that once people actually get their hands in texture and they start taking these texture classes, they realize that it's really not as difficult as it's perceived to be. And that if they have a plan, if they have a goal, if they know what products to use, and they have the tools and the skills necessary, they can execute a beautiful texture service. And so a lot of that helps build their confidence going into their service. All of that helps them build their clientele, build rapport with their textured guests. And so I just get so excited to go into salons and see that a lot of our stylists are excited about expanding their skill set and their knowledge in texture. And then as Aveda as a company, I think they've done a great job with expanding the product line to include products specifically for textured hair, including texture in the testing of products to make sure that the products will efficiently work for textured hair. And so I think Neil as a company, Aveda as a company, and what I've seen in the network has just been really encouraging to be more of a diverse and inclusive space.
Yes, I love that. I went to Essence Fest, and we had the black salon. We took over Paris Parker, and it was mostly black hairstylists, and y'all were doing all different types of textured hair. And that was just like a beautiful experience for me. That was like probably one of my highlights of 2023. I'm not gonna lie, because it was just nice to see, it's very rare for, I think, a lot of Black women and women of color to be able to like walk into a salon and know that someone can handle their hair. Like you said, there's a lot of misconceptions. People think it's really complicated when sometimes it's really not. So I think it was really nice to have that experience, as a Black girl, and to see that, because I've never, I've seen it in New York. I'm from New York, but it's very rare that you can just like randomly walk into a place and know that someone is gonna like be an expert in your hair texture.
Yeah, we want all the Black girls to know Aveda is for you. We have stylists for you. We have products for you, and you are welcome in any Aveda space.
Yes, I love that. Okay, so my second question for you you talked about this a little bit, like you mentioned it, but what are some of the most common misconceptions about textured hair?
Oh, so some of the common misconception is it's hard, it's difficult, because our hair is viewed as hard and difficult. They feel like our hair can take excessive heat, excessive chemical processing. And really, it's the exact opposite. Textured hair is so delicate, it's so fragile, it's so sensitive. And so you oftentimes have to approach it with that mindset that you can't overdo it. You can't overdo the heat. You can't overdo your chemical services. And so a lot of times I tell my guests, like if you go, or not my guests, but the students that I educate, if you go in with the game plan and you have a strategy, a plan of attack, and you control the hair and don't let the hair control you, you're confident. You set the atmosphere behind your chair as I'm confident, I know what I'm doing, I have a plan to execute and give you the best service possible, you're gonna have an enjoyable experience. But if you go in intimidated, scared, unsure, that's when you open the door for mistakes to happen, or you open the door to not show up as your best self. So showing up with that game plan, knowing exactly what you're going to do, how you're going to do it, what products you're going to use, communicating openly with your guests about what's happening during their service, why you're using what you're doing, why you're doing what you're doing, really just creates an atmosphere of ease. It creates an ease for you. It creates a place of trust between you and your guests, and it really allows for the service to go very well.
Yes, I love that. I love that you said, don't let the hair control you, right? Because I think in a lot of cases, you can be very intimidated by textured hair. And yes, and I just said you couldn't have said it better, Shayla. So I love that. And then I like that you said you need to have a game plan, and then you need to communicate, right? Like just like you would do with any other client, like communicating what you're doing, what products you're using, because they're probably going to want to take the products home with them so they can maintain the hairstyle, and you're educating them on how Aveda is for them. So I loved all those tips. What, in terms of like for stylists to be prepared? So another question about tips, as we're talking about tips, are what are a couple of tips you can give when it comes to working with textured hair?
So I would say get familiar with the NutriPlenish line, know how it works, know what each product does, and when to use it in your service cycle. I think it's best to sign up if you're unfamiliar or you haven't done texture. We have several courses within the texture curriculum that would be great for you. Texture Style, Curl Power are two of the foundational classes that you can take. I also think doing a model call, okay? So getting texture actually in your chair. The only way that you're going to be comfortable doing texture is actually getting your hands in it. And so doing a model call, getting a texture mannequin, practicing on that mannequin when you have downtime, bringing in models and offering a discounted service so that you can actually get your hands in the texture, you can get familiar with it. The more that you do it, the more you build the dexterity around it, the more you're comfortable talking to women of color in your chair, the more comfortable you're going to get to do it. If you're not ever exposed to something, if you never have any experience in it, there's no way that you're going to be comfortable actually doing it. And so welcoming the challenge, welcoming those guests in your salon, in your chair, being honest and upfront, like, okay, you're a model today. I'm going to try something that is a little unfamiliar with me, but I've been educated and I'm really excited. Thank you for trusting me with your hair. And just going after it. I mean, that's the only way that I think you're really going to get comfortable doing texture and getting your hands in texture.
You have all the tips today. I love that you said like that you need to like get a model or get a textured hair mannequin, which is always great. I feel like I didn't even know they had textured hair mannequins, but I'm happy that they do. I think, like you said, if you never try it, you're not familiar with it. And then similar to what you were saying about even when you have a textured client, is like communication is key. So if you're trying a new technique, you know, letting them know that and communicating with them, because then they can also communicate with you like, oh, that hurts or whatever.
Right.
So then you understand what to do. Like, you know, you're getting that lesson, that hands-on experience.
Right.
So I think, you know, you're full of the tips. I love that. And then I also want to remind people, I pinned the topic at the bottom that we're talking about all textures, welcoming all textures in salons, and we're talking about services. So if you have questions, and I'm about to ask my last question, feel free to put them in the comments, or there's like a question box on the bottom right. You can always ask questions. Like, let's get all the good stuff from Shayla. She has all the information. So start feeding in your questions. I'll ask my last question, which is, you already mentioned NutriPlenish, which I actually have been using NutriPlenish, like the foam, to do my retwist. I know there's not a lot of lock content for Aveda. That's fine. Not yet. But like, you know, I've been using the foam because I like to use light products. So what are some must-have Aveda products? you know, I know
some
you said
must-have
NutriPlenish.
native products. So within the NutriPlenish line, I love the leave-in. That is like my staple product. I use it every time I shampoo my hair. I love it to detangle. I love that it has heat protection in it, and I love that it has the UV protection in the summertime when we're out in the sun, just to keep our hair from drying out. Another one of my faves is one of our newest products. Is the Botanical styling cream. That cream gives a chef's kiss blowout. I absolutely love it. Creams are typically a little heavy when you're doing blowouts, and then you're going to go back in and press the hair, but this cream is not heavy. It gives a great soft, silky finish, especially if you're blowing out and the ends tend to be a little bit frizzier and harder to tame. Using that cream when you're doing a blowout really helps to tame that. So I really love the Botanical cream that just came out. And then I'm really, really excited to use Scalp Solutions this summer as I go into protective styles. I've used the entire system just on my natural hair now. And I love how balanced my scalp feels. I suffer with dry scalp, so I'm always having flakes and itching and dandruff. But I love the Scalp Solutions because it really helps balance that. When you're in braids this summer, you're wearing your wigs, you're doing your extensions. Scalp Solutions, the scalp exfoliators, it has an applicator tip where it's really easy to get that in on the scalp to get the scalp exfoliated and really cleanse really well. The mist feels like a breath of fresh air. I might be aging myself, but I believe it was a Mentos commercial where they like take a bite and they blow and like the cold air. That's what that mist feels like on your scalp. It's
like peppermint oil, that little
it's so relieving. Yes, and then the overnight serum. And because those products are water-based, they are a little harder to use the way that they're designed to use when your hair is straight, because it will cause the hair to revert back and curl. So I'm really excited to use them daily, like they've been built to be used when I have a more protective style or when I'm wearing my hair more natural, where I can use more water-based products consistently and I have to worry about messing up my blowout and my press. So look out for those things if they're not already in your salons, but definitely go to grab those things, especially the Botanical cream and the NutriPlenish in your salons now. But when your texture guests start going into their braids and their protective styles in the summer, you're definitely gonna suggest Scalp Solutions to them to keep their scalp balanced and healthy while they're in those protective styles.
Yes. And you know what? I was just looking at my scalp and seeing some flakes, and I'm like, oh, I should use Scalp Solutions. Now you said this. So I might give that a try. You know, I'm a little particular about like what goes in my locks, but I'm excited. I might try the exfoliant because I am having some dry scalp issues. So that might be, I love that product list from Shayla. Y'all, hope y'all were taking notes because those are really, really good. And then if anyone has any questions, let me know. Let me check the question box. We don't have any questions. Everyone's just happy to see you. They love your tips, all the comments. I don't know if you can see them.
I can't see anything. I can't even see in here because I don't want to touch nothing else and get kicked off in here. So I'm like, I can see my eyebrows and my forehead. That's it.
Okay, all right. Yeah, no, you have a full, your blowout is looking good. Like everything's looking good. So since we don't have any questions, right, I think I'm going to share the replay so everyone can watch it. They can get your tips and tricks, and they can also get your product recommendations. Oh, Greg just joined us. Hi, Greg. If anyone has any questions for Shayla, let me know. We're going to stay in here for maybe like one more minute, but she just answered all the things. She gave us some tips on how to be welcoming to different textures. She gave us some tips on how to, during your free time and during your regular time, how to call models to come when you can barter or offer discounted services. You can practice on your textured mannequin. Just sign up for texture classes. Okay, so then I guess my last thing is, how do people sign up for a class with you? Like, what's the link and everything? I'll put it in the information when I reshare this. And, you know, what classes you have coming up. And then, of course, y'all can always just tap on her name and follow her, give her a follow, support her. So yeah, tell us some of your classes that you have coming on so people in this room can learn from you.
Yeah, so my upcoming classes, I'll be in Memphis at the end of the month teaching at Ryan Patrick's Salon. I'm doing texture style there. I was actually just in Austin 2 weeks ago at Ruiz Salon doing texture style there. I believe in April, March, I'll be teaching in Dallas, texture cut.
Okay.
In April, I'll be in Houston teaching. And that's what I can think of right off the top of my head. Okay. But if you want to bring myself or any of our textured educators into your salon, you can go to neil.com under education and sign up for the education classes. We have a couple of calendar classes that are earmarked for the spring and summer. So check those out if you don't want to necessarily bring us into salon, but you'd like to come to a calendar class, check the calendar classes. But I would love to come to your salon, meet you, meet your staff, and educate you guys on all things texture.
Yes. Thank you so much, Shayla.
Thank you,
we're going to end it.
Toya.
Yes,
thank you
for your time
here.
Yes. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye, everyone. Thank you for joining us.